This week's parsha is about the building of the Mishkan, the tabernacle. But when you start the parsha, you'd never know. It begins with V'yikhuli Terumah. Take up a collection. Contributions. What do we need? Gold and silver, brass. Tchelet, argaman. Whole listing of materials to collect. After the whole list, Vasuli mikdash v'shechanti v'socha. They'll make for me a sanctuary and I will dwell amongst them. Whoever named the parsha, I don't really know who did that, he named it Terumah. Parsha is all about fundraising. By the way, what's it for? Vasuli mikdash. It sounds like this collection stands on its own. It should have begun. Here's an opportunity, a sanctuary, have the Shekhinah dwell amongst us. No. V'yikhuli Terumah. And this is what we need. It seems that this is the secret. How do you get the Shekhinah? How do you get the Shekhinah to dwell amongst us? What does it? It's the structure. Sure, there are all sorts of secrets there. The menorah that really no engineer could have made because it just has to collapse. This was not a matter of engineering. Every element in the Mishkan itself, every one of them had their real meaning, secrets. But what's the real secret? What brings Shekhinah? Nedivus leiv. Wanting to contribute, wanting to give, wanting to do. That's what brings Shekhinah. There's stuff that had to come down from heaven anyway. The Jewish people could have had a treasury that would have financed this. The issue is not how are we going to finance it, how are we going to pay for it. The issue is you want Shekhinah. Got to make sacrifices, you got to give, you got to care, you've got to want to be part of it. That brings Shekhinah. We're told in marriage there's Shekhinah. Ish v'isha zachu. If they earned it. the Shekhinah dwells. The Shekhinah joins them. What does it? If they're giving to one another. It's true in a marriage, it's true in a family, this is true in a community, this is certainly true in a yeshiva. And if only it would be the Klal Yisrael, the whole Jewish people, just there for one another, we'd have Shekhinah. Wanting to give, wanting to do. Caring. This is the real lesson for us. Yeah, we read the instructions for building the Mishkan. So what are we supposed to do with that? The truth is that while the vessels were the same, the actual Mishkan, the tabernacle, was put away. That was meant for travel in the desert. And once the temple is built, it does not resemble the Mishkan. Why are we studying it in such detail? So aside from all the secrets, we're studying because of the main ingredient. Nedivus Leiv, wanting to do. It's an opportunity to do. The Jewish people has two states that they oscillate between. One of Gilui Shechina, where the Shechina is present and openly present. And there's Golus HaShechina, when the Shechina runs away. Why is it that so many, the majority of our brethren, have no real concept of a creator? Because of Golus HaShechina, Shechinta B'Galusa. How do we bring it back? By caring and dedicating ourselves. So I want to tell you a secret. Where Rav Noach sent out his first soldiers, toting branches. He had no illusions. He did not think that he would ever create an army large enough to reach every unaffiliated Jew. He spoke of 10 men. If there'd be 10 out there that are ready to give everything for the Jewish people, the Shekhinah would come back. And it would be obvious to all of the Jewish people, and to all of mankind for that matter, that Hashem's really there. People want to know, what is the number one requirement? What do you got to know? What do you have to know how to do to really reach Jews? You know what it is? You got to care. You got to care about them. Move out of yourself and care about them. Yeah, it's nice to have classes. Gives you the confidence. You have prepared classes. Nice to have the answers to most commonly asked questions. Nice. When you care, you bring Shekhinah. When there's Shekhinah, everyone feels Hashem's presence. Nedivus, the desire to give, willing to make sacrifices, not being self-centered, really caring for every Jew. That brings Shekhinah. That makes it obvious. That's the magic. That's the magic. And if we'd really all be there, if we would radiate this Nedivus, if we'd radiate this care, concern, love, the Shekhinah would return. That would change the state of the Jewish people forever. So prepare yourselves. Learn to care. Learn to care, learn to give. Learn to make sacrifices for others. Feel for others. Then you've got what it takes. Then you can bring the Shekhinah. Then, V'asuli mikdash v'shachanti v'socham. The Shekhinah will dwell among us. Every Jew will be aware of that. Bring the Shekhinah. Bring the Shekhinah. That's our job.